Okay, I really go. Okay, open the browser window. Okay, let's hope this goes by significantly well. I wonder if this says that I'm online now. Okay, starting stream health. Okay, receiving your content. Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. Okay, I hope that I can be seen here. Alright, I'm fairly confused. Alright, so, this is the first time that I'm doing this, and I hope that this is significantly exciting, and I hope that this goes by very well. Alright, so I hope that this is recording well enough. Okay, today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and again, in honor of Black History Month, I figured yet another language learning adventure with something that I have very much tried before, and here we are in the fantastic world of Jamaica. I hope I got that right. I've been trying this like on and off since October of last year, but in any case, given that I actually am filming this currently in Brooklyn, and I also really want to connect to the various aspects of this community, I think it's significantly important that I learn this language in more depth. Like, merely by walking around the neighborhood, I can hear this language spoken quite commonly. First, to clarify some things, the fact is that obviously there is a debate concerning the English creoles of the Caribbean nations as to whether or not they are dialects of English or not. Given the fact that this is Wikipedia that you see entirely in Jamaican patois, this obviously is present so as to actually ensure that patois is actually seen as something separate and legitimate in regards to standard English. Okay, now here I am. I wonder, I hope that this is all working. I hope this is okay, fine. Is it okay? Is it okay? Oh, it's okay? Okay, good. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to stop worrying, and I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this as if nothing happened. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this. Welcome to the Jamaican Patois Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia where anybody can edit. Okay, so one thing I recall correctly from my book, I have a little book right here. It's a Jamaican patois guide written in the German language for German speakers, but obviously even if you don't know any German, I actually do. Some of you know that I actually went to Heidelberg and I actually studied there, and so it's actually a very useful book. Perhaps even if you don't have any knowledge of German whatsoever, because sometimes, with the exception of some things, you can pretty much make out everything that is present here. Chances are that Jamaican patois is one of those languages very much like French, German, or Spanish that has actually had very ubiquitous presence in American popular culture. And perhaps maybe in going through this little exercise, you might be wondering, I might actually know that word from somewhere. And so, wow, I feel like I'm teaching a class right now. Wow, but this is going to be a fun class. Fun only. No tests, no grades, just fun. Okay, welcome to the Jamaican Patois Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia where anybody can edit. So we have here, if I recall correctly, this is what we call a relative pronoun. And so chances are probably you don't really know what a relative pronoun is, so I'll definitely go ahead and explain it to you. So it's like that, who, or which, but not as question words. And so what you're saying is the free encyclopedia that anyone can edit. And chances are, if you've actually listened to any variety of Caribbean music, chances are you've heard we used as a relative pronoun in this regard. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some reading. So, general information. Okay, general information. Dem ya page ya fiwa Wikipedia in a Jamaican patois. So, dem ya means, I think, these pages. So dem is like a form of them, and so dem ya page, so these pages, ya, here, a fi are for. So is a very interesting word. We actually, I believe that there are some series that there are some theories that actually say that the word actually comes from Ewe, which is a language of Western Africa, and others that also say that it probably may have been influenced from old-timey English, or very well from both, interestingly enough. And so one thing to keep in mind is the fact that sometimes we have in language evolution, and this is also very interesting in Creoles, that sometimes you actually have multiple streams, they actually really come together, and odd similarities between languages that apparently have nothing in common converge. And so this is actually something that's very important concerning Creole languages. Okay, so demia page ya afiwa Wikipedia ina Jamaican patois. So ina is, I believe, like a form of in. And so, for example, ina Jamaica, what I believe would say in Jamaica. Again, if I'm making any mistakes, please go ahead and let me know, because this is an attempt for me to learn about the culture of the place that I'm living in, and I hope that I'm doing a good job. Okay, we would really like the help of the Jamaica them out there. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind, I think I'm messing this up, so de. Okay, de, this word here is there. And so out de. Note that out is actually pronounced as two distinct syllables in patois as opposed to out in standard English, where we have this crazy thing called a diphthong, which happens when two vowels become one mega vowel. Okay, so we would really like the help of the Jamaican them out there. So we would really like the help of the Jamaicans out there. So dem is a very interesting, I think that we might have also done this in the Bahamian English series that I did earlier this month, that dem can sometimes be put at the end of sometimes even proper nouns in order to indicate like blank and his company, blank and her family, and things of that nature. And so Jamaican dem would mean the Jamaicans. And so the Jamaican dem, we also in Sierra Leone Creole, which is effectively, it's a sibling of Jamaican patois, and the two are mutually intelligible. Obviously, Jamaican patois is more influenced from European languages, and Sierra Leone, on the other side of the Atlantic, even more influenced from African languages. And so, but despite that, they're actually quite, how do I put it? They're similar to each other. Okay, so out there. Okay, so these pages here are for Wikipedia, Wikipedia in Jamaican patois. Okay, we send a big shout out to all of the people them with talk Jamaican patois. Fi come correct so top quality article. Enough thanks. Okay, so we also, as very interestingly, this is a particle that indicates, how do I put it? Active, so like we are in this regards, but I think in patois you would actually use it for other varieties of persons as well. It's like a progressive, so we are sending. Okay, do I have any variety of comments here? Anything interesting happening? Okay, this is, okay, fine. Okay, stop being so self-conscious, Jared. Okay, we are saying a big shout out to all the people them we talk Jamaican patois. So we are sending a big shout out to all of the people who talk Jamaican patois. Fi come correct so top quality article. No thanks. In order, so fi is like in order to, it's related to the word for. In any case, there are probably some influences from either, I would say, African languages, maybe Chinese and Indian languages. Yes, they influenced Jamaican culture very deeply, or the indigenous languages of the Caribbean before European colonists came. Okay, so for come right, so top, I don't know. So, probably so, it's probably like some. And then top is with top quality. Top, you probably didn't need much English to know that, in article. So this is very interesting. One thing you've probably seen here is that words that would actually begin in A in English sometimes are pronounced with H in Jamaican patois, so article in that regard. And so also the reverse is true, that some words beginning with H in standard English would begin without an H in patois. And I think we had another example somewhere on this page, but I think the chances are we probably need to go ahead and move on. Okay. With we me brejin opatapse just fi make unu nuo. We are try make patois one I Wikipedia language them. Okay, now this is gonna be a little bit tough. Okay, so with are okay. I'm so unbelievably confused. I feel that I should know this, and now I'm climbing up. Great. Okay. Well, this is a little bit tough for me, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and squat this. So we try. Okay. So try. So we are trying. So another thing, we also see this in Belize Creole as well. As you can probably tell, I've studied a lot of languages like this on paper, but sometimes I have trouble speaking them. Okay. We try. So we try. Make patois, one of, I think, the Wikipedia language them. So one of the languages on Wikipedia. Okay, no Jamaican English. And so this is another kind. So there's Jamaican Standard English, and then there's Jamaican patois. And so that's a clear distinction between the two. And so no Jamaican English. So no is the substitute for not in this regard. Patois. Okay, so nof page them we write already in a Jamaican English and no patois. So enough of page dem, so dem is like a plural marker. None of the pages are written. So right, very interestingly, one thing you know about Jamaican patois is the fact that it actually simplifies verb conjugation in many regards. And so right is, in this case, written. So nof I page dem we write. So enough of the pages that are written already is already de or there, ina, again, in the ina's Jamaican patois version thereof, Jamaican English and Jamaican English, no patois and not patois. So I believe is also like a, could be a conjunction, perhaps an all-person conjunction. Again, if there's something here that is probably a little bit difficult, or you probably would disagree with, please go ahead and let me know in the comment. I'm really, really thankful for you, for your variety of help, because we can all help each other grow on our language learning journey. As I say, enough thanks. Okay, Jamaican English, we most we chat every day. And so Jamaican English, the one which we most that we must chat every day. So every day. So this is not die that you see here, like D-I-E, but day. So Jamaican English, we most we chat every day. Okay, so Jamaican it is the one we must chat every day. I think also in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you also have we as well. I think this is a more emphatic version of we, but again, just, general self-consciousness. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pretend that self-consciousness does not exist. I'm just simply going to be very, very confident. I'm going to go through, because Lord knows, I think making a fool of myself on camera is actually going to embolden me like nothing else did. And even if I lose all of my subscribers that way, then I guess it will definitely be a lesson in, what's the word? Determination. Boldness. All good things in life. Okay, patois ai ra ban thing. So patois is a raw-born thing, where that unu great grandmama, that your our, so unu is an important word. So this is our call from Sierra Leone Creole, means like all of you. And so this word is also present in Jamaican patois as well. That all of you, your great-grandmother, again, one thing to keep in mind is that sometimes pronouns, which would be I, you, me, I, you, he, she, and possessive pronouns, his, her, my, the distinction is a little bit more, how do I put it? It's smushed in Jamaican patois. Okay, where teacher did beat unu for us say speak properly. And so that we chat, okay, where can also mean, I believe, like when. It's very interesting because so many of these words can be translated in like 10 different ways. Yeah, that one time I tried to learn Khmer. Oh yeah, I still have those videos on my channel. Maybe I should go back to them one day. Okay, when teacher did beat. So did is a past tense marker. Beat, unu, did beat us. Fa a say, and saying, or sorry, in order to say speak properly. Okay, wa next thing too, and so I would say what's more, I would think, enough dialect de in Jamaica. And so there are a lot of dialects there in Jamaica. Okay, so blank 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 de, I believe would say like there is blank. Okay, write article in a FIU dialect. Okay, write an article. So FIU is how you would say yours. And so, for example, in other Creoles, like Tok Pisin in Papua New Guinea, we actually had like belong me or belong you to indicate belonging to me, belonging to you, and that's how actually you indicate yours in any case. And so it's very interesting because in some other languages like Lao as well, they also really use this system as well. For all I know, this could also be in part not only due to West African languages, many of which I haven't studied, but also maybe in part due to Asian influence as well. And so, funny story that I should tell. So, Jamaica, I believe one of its national mottos is out of many, one people. And so there's this understanding that actually that book that I actually just showed you, it actually gives this whole theory that the words Jamaica, actually the different words stand for something. Like obviously it's an Arawak word meaning place of many forests. That's the actual meaning. But there's a little bit of a folk etymology. And, some of you know, like, I'm from Jewish background, so we call it a medrash, so like something to be explained. Something a little bit of word game, something you could actually, it's a folkloristic explanation of something. And so, Gamaica. And those can stand for Jews, Africans, Maroons, which would be people who attempted to escape from slavery, and founded their own communities, I think. And then Americans, A, Indians, I, Chinese, as C, and then is the Arawaks, the indigenous people of Jamaica. So together they spell Jamaica. That's Jamaica is the patois version thereof. Okay, write article in a few dialects. So write articles in your dialects. People will understand an iwi ton standard soon. Okay, so I'm so confused by this. So people I got, understand I also got, and iwi, I don't know what that is. I thought this was gonna be easy. All right, okay. This ya where me I write I Westmoreland dialect. So this here, this ya where that me I write that I am writing I Westmoreland dialect. Also note that the T falls away. Also not dialect, but dialect. Okay, so this year when me I write in Westmoreland dialect. So this year I'm writing in the Westmoreland dialect. We pronounce, okay, so now we're actually going to learn some significantly useful things. Okay, we pronounce, okay, me pronounce like that. We H akal di E. And this is, I believe, what I might have said earlier. Okay, we have enough difference from Kingston dialect. So we have a lot. I think enough can also mean like a lot or enough differences from the Kingston dialect. Anyways, same instance. In English, fi make, that would be in order to fi make unu see, in order to make you see where me achat say what I am saying. So say we also have this in Bislama, which is another Creole on the other end of the world in Vanuatu. And so this is like that. So I heard that Jamaican patois is a very cool language to learn. And so the that in that case would actually be like introducing a direct statement, or I know that you are a wonderful person. And so say actually, mean like to say, actually indicates that. Again, Lao, I believe, also has the exact same idiom. It's very interesting when you collect languages from all over the world, pretty much lots of odd connections between them and lots of fun things. Okay, me a go write one sentence in English, one in a Jamaican English, one in a patois to make unu see a difference. So I'm going to, so I go, so I'm going to, me I go write, I'm going to write one sentence in a English, one in a Jamaican English, one in Jamaican English, one in a patois, and one in patois, to make unu, to make all of you see a difference. Difference, careful. Don't let my silly New England accent get in the way. See the difference. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and see this. The feet of the cow went over the fence before the tail and bent when it reached the ground. And then we're going to see the feet of the cow went over the fence before the tail and bend when it touched the ground. And now we're going to encounter a hard-born Jamaican patois right here. I cow foot then to go over a fence before it tail a bend when it touch the ground. Okay, a ground. Yeah, notice that it's our G-R-O-N-G. I think that this is also due to French influence. In part because obviously the French were all colonial masters as well, and so very interestingly, if you actually heard many varieties of Caribbean English, they have more French influence than many varieties of American English would. Okay, me a beg unu fi understand. I am gonna ask you to understand my example, alone frani, and learn what's frani. I think from it. Thanks or respect. Thanks and respect. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now. I think that that's going to be a significantly useful exercise. I'll give it some thought because I know that I don't really want to shove too much into my mouth too quickly. Depending on my schedule tomorrow, I might be back with some more Jamaican patois, or maybe some more Bahamian, or maybe even some more Let's Play videos. Thoughts? I think that's actually really, really helpful because I know that sometimes my audience, my subscribers, really keep me accountable so as to actually ensure that I can reach my language learning goals. And very sadly, I think over the course of I've been having a few difficult few weeks, and so Jamaican patois is really, it's like almost it's like the local language of my neighborhood in many capacities. And obviously, within Crown Heights where I live, there's also the Chabad Lubavitch Hasidim, many of which speak Hebrew, French, Yiddish, etc. Not also to mention various smatterings of other Eastern Europeans and also people from South Asia. And so there's very much that as well. And also very interestingly, it occurred to me that West Indian actually did not refer to Gujarat. So that was a wake-up call that apparently I had when first moving to the neighborhood. Like, get it? West Indian, but actually, yeah, confusing world we live in sometimes, but it's a beautiful one. Okay, so I really look forward to, please definitely let me know any ways that I might be able to improve my accent. Constructive criticism, please, not your accent sucks, but obviously my fans I trust to be very, very fantastic and good people, and you by watching this means that you care about the world very deeply, and you are a force in the future that will ultimately bring more healing in the world. I believe in you. a watcher. Okay, have a good one, and see you next time. And now it's time for me to hopefully figure out exactly how to turn this thing off. Okay, stop it? What do I do? Okay, exit. Okay, stream recording currently. Okay.